Good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 9:01 a.m. and we'll start off with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University Northridge, honors their elders past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Associate Students recognizes that the tribe is still here and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. I'll now go ahead and we'll go ahead and turn over to the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you are able. Alrighty, we'll turn it over to the Attorney General for the roll call.
Vice President Anderson, Senator Bob Negri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Sarkeesian, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran, Senator Olgan. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Golden. We'll now go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda for today's meeting, March 4th. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee?
I move to approve today's agenda, March 4th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Senator Khan. Is there any discussion? Are there any objections? All right, the motion passes unanimously. We'll go ahead and move on to the approval of the minutes for from our last meeting, February 26th. Is there a motion? Senator Sarkeesian?
I move to approve the minutes from last week, February 26th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Chavez, thank you. Is there any discussion? Are there any objections? Great, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We don't have any special presentations today, but we'll go ahead and move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associate Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Whoa, James, is that a haircut?
It is a haircut.
And no beard.
It's coming back slowly, all right?
Mm.
I'm working on it. It was getting a little long and it looked weird not having a beard, so it had to go too.
Understandable.
Well, good morning, everybody. As always, my name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager. I'm here to just give you all some updates about some of our upcoming events. So this week, our farmers market theme is our big party theme, which is a collaboration with you all as well as productions. Big party, party is an acronym that stands for political awareness, registration, turnout, and youthquake, which is a term of young voters turning out to the polls. So that event will be tomorrow from 10 to 3 p.m. in Matador Square. There's going to be some awesome activities and some fun things and whatnot. So encourage you all to check it out. Looking ahead a little bit. So next week's farmers market will be our Cramps Farmers Market. So that'll be on March 12th from 10 to 3 p.m. as well in Matador Square. Cramps is also an acronym. It stands for College Resources for All Menstruating Persons and Students. So we're going to have a lot of fun activities out for that farmers market. So be sure to come out for that one. And then I believe spring break is actually at the end of that week. So it's coming up fast. Otherwise, just looking ahead, as always, a constant reminder, we are almost about 1 month away now from Big Show. So if you have not gotten your ticket, be sure to do so. Really looking forward to Big Show. And then just some other events that we have on the radar. We recently announced Big Comedy, which will be on April 18th. Big Comedy, we are bringing, it's Wild and Outs. Justina, Valentina, and Conceited are coming to campus to do a little live performance / interactive skit with some members. So tickets are free. You can get them at the ticket office. So be sure to do that. And then also we have Earth Fair at the end of April on April 25th, which we're looking forward as well to coming up. Other than that, we're figuring out the Summer Movie Fest lineup and a bunch of other fun things right now. So looking forward to sharing all of that with you all once we have it. And that's it for me. Thank you all.
Thank you, James. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Yes, Senator Khan.
Mission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you. Are you here for open forum, Tony? Oh, okay, just a visitor. Thanks for stopping by. Alrighty. Anyone else here for open forum? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to report. Yes, Senator Saravia.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. We'll go ahead and move on to reports. I wrote mine down, so I had to. It's like old school on paper. Alrighty, so, reports, yes. So last week I attended the USU/alum/AS mixer that was held here in the Grand Salon. That was a really, really awesome event. We got to connect with some of our Alumni Association office, and then there were actually quite a few past AS leaders, which was really, really cool. So it was like President's Day Part 2 a little bit. So that was awesome. Last week at our cabinet meeting, we had Pareen Mon, who is the AVP of Strategic Communication and Brand Management for CSUN, visit our meeting, and she kind of went over kind of the Title IX communication plan that was put together by the implementation team. So we went over that, and then also the Office of Equity and Compliance website, just to kind of see is it kind of clear? Is it concise? As students, are we able to understand the website and like just navigate the website? Are there any other kind of forms or like channels or modalities that maybe we should be using to dispel information to students? So we kind of went over that. And that was a really good discussion. If any of y'all have any questions or maybe have looked at the OEC website and want to offer feedback or are confused about something, let me know. I definitely can bring that to the meeting tomorrow. Josie and I had a personnel board meeting last week and we approved lots of hiring positions. So there are really no more interviews for Patrick. So go Patrick. And a lot of our open positions are now finally filled. So that's really, really good news. Last week, we also had the Executive Director Search and Screen Committee. So we moved forward with who we want to bring as our Zoom interview candidate. So that was exciting. So we're getting one step closer in the process. And the committee also reviewed the Zoom interview questions and have approved them. So again, we are one step closer to filling that seat over there. Patrick's retirement party was really, really fun on Friday. It was amazing to connect and hear all those really, really sweet stories that were shared about Patrick. And again, definitely wishing him well in his new chapter of life. Last Friday, not only was Patrick's retirement party, but it also marked the first day of Women's History Month. So that's really exciting. Go woman. Love that. I do have a quote that I want to share at the very end, but before I get to that, quite a few of us are leaving for CHES on Friday. That stands for the California Higher Education Student Summit, where essentially you go to the Capitol in Sacramento and kind of like lobby and advocate with a lot of the local and like state elected officials. So that's going to be really exciting. Just talking about certain assembly bills and Senate bills that we oppose or against. So that'll be exciting. Obviously, I'll have more updates in a couple of weeks on that since we'll be coming back Monday evening. So yeah, Josie and I meet with Dr. Watkins and Dr. Beck today. So if you have any questions about our agenda or want us to bring anything to their attention, let us know. We do meet with them at 12 p.m. So, text us, email us, come up to us in person, let us know before then. Yeah, and then the quote I do have here, I just did not want to write out this long quote. It is from the wonderful Serena Williams. It says that the success of every woman should be the inspiration to another. We should raise each other up. Make sure you're very courageous, be strong, be extremely kind, and above all, be humble. And that can go just towards anyone, obviously, but in honor of Women's History Month, there you go. Yeah, are there any questions on my report? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn over to our Vice President Anderson.
Hello, everyone. Happy March. Like Paige mentioned, we'll be meeting with President Beck and Dr. Watkins, so please let us know if you have anything you would like us to talk about. It can be academic related, socially related on campus, anything. Just anything you want us to share, let us know. I also have EPC this Wednesday, which is Educational Policies Committee. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. On Wednesday, Paige and I will be emceeing the AI Jam kickoff from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. This is put on by the IT department and it's really exciting. So we would love if you all could come and support. I will send out the flyer a little bit later. I submitted a legislative referral a few weeks ago about raising Senate stipends, and I'll let the chair of internal touch on this a bit more, but we have made some progress on it. And it looks like if all goes well, everything's approved, we will be adding 2 extra stipends. Instead of raising the amount, we'll just be extending the stipend period from 14 per term to 16 per term, which, if I did the math correctly, is a 14% raise. So I'm very happy about that and glad that we could get that rolling. Also, we will still be having Senate check-ins. I had some technical difficulties with scheduling the meeting. For some reason, the website I've been using is not functioning the way I want it to, but I will send out that scheduling today, assuming that I'm able to fix it. I might have to ask Calvin to help me, because I can't figure it out. But other than that, have a good week and let me know if you need anything.
Thank you, Vice President Anderson. Are there any questions on her report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn over to our Chief of Staff, Ryan.
Hello, everyone. I'm trying to channel my inner Nathan Dunn right now. So today, I have much to report actually. Like Paige had mentioned, we had quite a few things to discuss at Cabinet, the Title IX presentation presented by our President Hajalu, and we're basically just reviewed the communication plan along with the revamped Office and Equity Compliance website to provide as much feedback as we can provide. So hopefully they'll make those changes for us. We want to make it as user-friendly to the students and easily function with the website overall. So here are some updates with our chairs. So our chair of elections has just some news regarding the elections filing, which is actually had been extended already, but it will be closing tomorrow, March 5th at 4 p.m. Our assistant chair of elections has been working on filing for the elections. And the promotion videos that they've been doing, super fun. Hopefully you all had a chance to check that out. Our marketing team is super awesome with that. They ended up sending out department emails to share the major details about the elections. So if you would like for our chair of elections or even our assistant chair of elections to send out some information, please reach out to her or them. Our assistant chair of finance mentioned that they have been discussing the supplemental requests from last week, and they also discussed the AES paver for the university library, which was super fun. They talked about moving forward with Senate and legislative referral, and moving on to our chair of legislative affairs. As James has mentioned, big party's happening tomorrow. Super fun with our farmers market. They do have quite a few activities. They have music, performances, games, activities, and super fun overall. So hopefully you all can make it tomorrow. Other than that, she's been attending some pending meetings for chess, and which is taking place this weekend. So for those who were able to sign up to go, super exciting for that. Can't wait. Last but not, our chair of personnel has been taking introduction videos. So hopefully you'll see an email from her. If not, be patient. She's also been posting about the elections. And last but not least, with our chair personnel, she's very awesome with utilizing her committee for any tabling opportunities that she would like to utilize her committee to resource out to us. So if you guys have tabling and you'd like some extra support, extra hands, please feel free to contact our chair personnel and her committee. Other than that, our Chief Justice finally had their first judicial court last week of the semester. She mentioned that it went really, really well, and Golden actually gave a presentation of Robert rules to familiarize everyone with them. So other than that, everyone, I hope you have a great day and a great week, and that would be all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you to our Chief of Staff, Ryan. Are there any questions on her report? Alrighty, two things, big party. There is marketing material in the GroupMe, so make sure you repost that on your Instagram. And also with the elections coming up, just really, please do not talk about the elections in the office unless, no, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's 40 feet away from the office. Yeah, it must be 40 feet away from the office. So don't even risk it. Just go to the library or something, because it can get really tricky. So, alrighty, but we'll move on to our Chair of Finance, Tran, for her report.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. I'll start by sharing our account balances. Within STAR, we have $152,136. Unassigned contingency, $731,195. Clubs and orgs and Phil Fund both have $15,000 as well. And Clubs and Orgs travel has $200, but I think we're going to exhaust it, or we've already exhausted it and we've been pulling from unassigned contingency. Moving on to my report, our president has the current annual budget and the code on finance to revise it and just to provide feedback to finance committee. And hopefully we'll be sending this to Senate next week. So we'll be seeing that and I'll be able to walk everyone through our proposed code and proposed annual budget as well. Last week, I also had the opportunity to meet with Juliana from the Soraya. So we're kind of moving forward with doing an AS and cultural clubs mixer at the Soraya event on May 13th. So that'll be exciting. And additionally, I attended IRA last week, or personnel board, I'm sorry. And this week I'll be meeting with Juliana once again tomorrow to discuss the Soraya thing a bit more. That's my report for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to our Chair of Finance. Are there any questions on her report? Yes, Senator
Permission to
Huida.
be recognized?
Granted, thank you. Alrighty, any questions? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General, Batchelder, for his report.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to give a shout out to every single one who's written a referral so far. By writing referrals, you're contributing, you're making changes. So specifically, I'm talking about Melita, Kiri, Lorena, Matthew, Josie, Shaylee, Ben, Nathan, and Iman. Good job, all of you. If I missed anyone, sorry, but I think that's everyone who wrote a referral. Keep up the good work. And if you haven't, feel free to write a referral and start trying to get some changes through before this semester is over. Also, like we talked about with Big Party, the big theme is don't forget to vote. So voting last day is going to be on Tuesday. If you haven't voted already, do it and make sure that you're being represented in the government. Also, can't wait for chess. That's going to be just an amazing experience. This will be my first time going to chess. So next week, if you're also going to chess, I'm excited to get to know you all a little better, and it's going to be a blast. That's my report.
Thank you, Golden. Are there any questions on his report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move over to our standing committee report, starting with External Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. I saw an 11 p.m. showing of Dune Part 2 last night. Got back home at got back to Northridge around 3. Very worth it. Anyways, productive meeting last week. Great work is being done on the referral for international students healthcare. It seems other campuses have more options for insurance, so we'll continue to look into that while setting up a meeting with the International and Exchange Student Center. And for AB 928, we had a faculty guest stop by the meeting and gave us some great information. We will hopefully have a draft of resolution in the committee this week and approved for Senate for next Monday.
That is amazing news, Senator Kaddish. Awesome. Are there any questions on his report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn over to internal affairs.
Good morning, everybody. We've had a lot of content to discuss in our meeting last week, and there's some pretty big subjects like free scantrons, all the different codes that we're working on, referrals for them, and the raised Senate stipends like Josie was talking about. And this is on the agenda for approval. So we'll be voting on that tomorrow in internal affairs, and then we're potentially bringing it to Senate in the next meeting. And like what Josie was saying, right now we're really considering extending the pay periods from 14 to 16. So this would make one additional Senate stipend in the first 2 weeks of our associated students' work, and then one at the very end. Because we've found that, interestingly, not all of our associated students' participation has been covered in a pay period. And yeah, so next we have some motions out of the committee, and I'll touch upon it really quickly. This is just to keep our codes consistent. It's to remove a specific section of chair diversity, equity, and inclusion that is already mentioned within the committee code. And within the committee code is to add a specific note of under section F, which is membership of this committee will include, and the specific modification was the executive director of the associated students or their designee. And that's all for my report. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. So we do have to vote on that. So yeah. So the motion is to approve the Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee codes as amended. Alrighty, all those in favor? Oh, sorry. I don't know why I asked that. Is there any discussion on this motion? Alrighty, all those in favor of approving this motion out of the committee, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Great, the motion passes. Thank you. Was there anything else, Senator Tybee, that you wanted to touch on?
That's all for
Okay.
this week.
Thank you. Alrighty, we will go ahead and move on to University Affairs with Senator Dunn. Yes,
Point of personal privilege.
granted.
All right, for this week, I don't have too much to report besides a lot of my committee members are having meetings this week with the respective people they need to, especially Emmanuel Campos from Parking and Transportation. Several of us are meeting with him at several different occasions. So other than that, there wasn't too much else to report on. I hope this will be a good week of progress. Next week, I think I'm going to have a lot more to report on.
Exciting, awesome. Are there any questions on Senator Dunn's report? Alrighty, seeing none, we don't have any unfinished business or new business or information items. Wow, this is going through quick. We do have a special meeting agenda though at 10 a.m., so just heads up. But we do have a couple legislative referrals that I will go ahead and read off and assign. Starting with one submitted by Senator Toledo Carranza titled Shuttle Stop Shade and Benches. And the request is as follows: to examine the feasibility of purchasing and installing umbrellas and benches at the shuttle stop across from the Sustainability Center. This was suggested to go to University Affairs, and University Affairs, it will go. Alrighty, the next one was also submitted by Senator Toledo Carranza titled Housing Shuttle Improvements. The request is as follows: create a resolution urging live tracking of the housing shuttle. As it stands, there is no telling how long it will take for the shuttle to arrive. It has been indicated this is already something the transportation team has been looking into, so a resolution would be a good push to get it started. This was suggested to go to University Affairs, and University Affairs it will go. The next one is from Senator Saravia titled Investigating Dorm Cafeteria. The request is as follows: it's been brought to my attention that there have been many issues with the dorm cafeteria. Some have mentioned that there have been issues with the health standards in the facility and the food. If students that live in the dorms without kitchens are required to have meal plans, the least they can do is have good food that does not give students food poisoning. This was suggested to go to external affairs or university affairs, and external affairs it will go. And our last one is from Senator Mezabin, titled Taking Positions on CA Legislation for the 2024 Cycle. Alongside CSSA, CSUN-AS should take positions on bills that affect students in higher education. Taking a position helps lead advocacy efforts and is an important step to take as the primary advocates for students. This is suggested to go to external affairs, and external affairs it will go. Alrighty, those were all the legislative referrals submitted. Are there any announcements? Yes.
Good morning. So later this week, a report on CSUN's fraternity and sorority life community will be emailed to all currently enrolled students. The report is a requirement of Assembly Bill 524, the Post-Secondary Education Campus Recognized Sorority, September 13, 2022. The law requires institutions of higher education to require all recognized sorority and fraternity organizations to provide information about its members' GPA, events, philanthropy, and conduct status. Colleges and universities are required to create and distribute a report to all currently enrolled students and to post the report on our website. So we've completed that report and it will be available this week.
That is amazing. And I completely skipped over the advisory reports. I am so sorry. I guess I was just going through the agenda too quickly. But I'm assuming, Aisha, that was your report. Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry. But we'll go to our faculty advisor, Dr. Veda Ward.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It was a really weird weekend. I want to give a shout out to everyone for the wonderful recognition of Patrick Bailey. And that was a great thing. As many of you all have heard, that was my third executive director. And of course, I'm looking forward to another one. But it's great to acknowledge all of the contributions that he made during the time that he was here. And also just to make that connection with me, my family. My parents both went to Storer College, which was in West Virginia. And that was a wonderful thing to hear him talk about his time at West Virginia State. And all those things of mothers bringing their kids to work, me, I did that as well. So really understanding how that works. The big picture for me was continuity and change. In other words, recognizing Patrick as an individual, but also how he continued that wonderful legacy of executive directors and their commitment, a big C word, to you all as students. And again, for me as a faculty member, really important to be on both sides, not only in the classroom, but also to sit here with you every week and see how you grow. And so his vision of you all, his commitment was something that really impressed me. And I wanted to acknowledge him as a person who always made room at this table. And I'm hoping that you will continue that spirit as you move forward with him. So now we are more than a third of the way into the semester. I definitely want to sort of cheer you on as you move forward with that process. I want you to also think of Women's History Month and looking at your syllabi, course texts, outlines, and the faces that you see in campus and those who appear female. And the idea of during this month to really acknowledge who's there and who's missing. I attended a really important session at my state conference in Palm Springs last week, and it talked about AI, artificial intelligence, and not only looking at that from the perspective of academic authenticity, I'll put it that way, and making sure that we cite all of those wonderful sources that we use, whether we think that's our voice or not. But really important, if it's not your original idea, you cite that in your sources. But also remembering that AI comes from now generative, and that means that it's coming from us. Things that we do, the patterns that we take on, the things that we hit, the things that we visit, the things that we go to, all of those algorithms go into what we look at in the future of what we ask AI to generate. So it is a lot of what we do. If we're missing faces, we're missing voices, we're missing visuals, whether it's in our courses or in the materials that we produce or the places that we go, that's all part of what will be our future in AI. So again, just reminding you as you go through your courses to look at them carefully, to work with your faculty members. If you're seeing a gap, something that's missing, something that we haven't hit, make sure that you let us know. All right, and have a great week and welcome to March.
Dr. Ward, that is amazing that you've been through 3 executive directors. I mean, that just shows your absolute commitment to AS and to our campus, and it's so, so appreciated. So thank you so much. And yes, happy March. That is amazing. Time is flying though, to be honest. It's crazy. Alrighty, we kind of jumped around a little bit. It's totally on me. But are there any announcements from the board? Yes, Senator Saravia.
Just a reminder that tomorrow is big party. So please come by. We've worked really, really hard in regards to coming up with ideas with Matul alongside AS Productions. So please come by. We're going to be giving out gifts and cupcakes, and there's going to be fun opportunities for students to win different swag like stickers and shirts by playing certain games that are encouraging students to vote. So please come by.
Yes, super excited. And again, like I said, there's marketing material in the group me to post on your Instagram. All right, Yvette.
Thanks, Paige. I believe the Campus AI Jam kickoff is this Wednesday too at 12. Could you provide a little bit more information on that? Thanks.
Yeah, I'll turn it over to Josie.
Yeah, so I think I started mentioning it maybe like a month ago. The Campus AI Jam is essentially the same competition as the App Jam from last year. It's just the focus has been changed over from making an app to now creating some type of projects, solving a problem on campus relating to AI. And it's a student competition. It's put on by the IT department. There's a cash prize. You form a team. You form your project, you turn it in, it's judged, and then the first place winner wins $1,500. If I'm not getting these numbers incorrect. The second place winner gets $1,000, and the third place winner gets $500. I will send out the flyer in the group me a little bit later. And what we're emceeing this Wednesday is the kickoff of the competition. So all the exact concrete details will be gone over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super, super awesome event. I mean, I know Josie mentioned too that we met with Ron and Helen from CSUN IT, kind of going over the utilization of AI in this competition. So I think it's really cool that we're leveraging a lot of these new technologies to kind of essentially solve a problem on campus. It's not necessarily has to be a problem like a campus-wide problem. It can be within your major, within your college, within your own club or something, as long as you're kind of utilizing AI. And then, of course, they do have kind of criteria and rules that you have to follow that they'll share with you if you decide to join the competition. What's also cool is along with the prizes that you get, the first place winner does get, or the winners of first place winners, I should clarify, it's like the whole group, they get a job at the IT department for 1 semester. So it's kind of really cool. You get cash and you get a job too at the IT department. So it's really awesome. So yeah. Are there any further announcements? Just a reminder, we do have a special meeting agenda at 10 a.m. So you're more than welcome to, grab some breakfast if you want, go to the office, whatever, but you do need to be back here by 10 a.m. In your seats. So yeah, Any further announcements? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for the final roll call.
Vice President Anderson, Senator Bovnagry, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Sarkeesian, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran, Senator Olgun. Thank you.
Thank you, Golden. I will now go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 9:37 a.m. and I will see you all back here at 10 a.m. Thank you. Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to our special meeting agenda, our special meeting. I call this meeting to order at 10:01 a.m. and we will go ahead and start off with our roll call.
Vice President Anderson, Senator Bovnagry, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Sarkeesian, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran, Senator Olgun. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Golden. We'll now go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda for today's meeting, March 4th. Is there a motion? Senator Saravia.
I move to approve the agenda for March 4th, 2024.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Toledo Carranza, thank you. Is there any discussion? Are there any objections? All right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We will now go ahead and move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Is anyone here for open forum? You can just press the button on the mic to turn it on.
Good morning. My name is Yahya Saif. I'm from the CSUN MSA, the Muslim Student Association. We're here to request funding for some events that we're going to be having on campus that are open to the community. We're going to have guest speakers coming in for professional events. Each speaker will be paid about $600, but we're requesting a cap of $1,800 as a total for the speakers and $400 for the advertising and the fees. These events will be open to everybody as a side note. And yeah.
Thank you so much. And yes, awesome. Perfect. Filling out the clipboard. I appreciate it. All right. And yes, that just so everyone knows, obviously it is on the agenda, but that is a new business item we'll be going over today. Alrighty. We will go ahead and move on to new business since we don't have any reports. Moving on to our Finance Committee recommendation. Line item 1 is to allocate $200 for advertising, $1,600 for guest speakers, and $1,600 for guest speakers for a total of $1,800 from unassigned contingency to Muslim Student Association for the Ramadan celebration. Yvette, would you like to break this down for us?
Yeah, of course. So hi, everyone. Thanks for coming back to make this special meeting agenda. So this request has been special meeting agendized because we want to make sure that this group, Muslim Student Association, has access to funding for their events in time for their Ramadan celebration. So they're seeking some money for like guest speakers and advertisement, but the recommendation are the VPN limits that we can fund the maximum to our ability for this organization, which is $1,600 in guest speaking fees, so $400 for guest speakers, as well as $200 for advertising.
Thanks so much. And yes, since Ramadan is coming up, it is starting this weekend. So just wanted to make you all aware. Alrighty, is there a motion? And when you make it, can you please indicate everything? Senator Khan.
I move to approve line item 1 to allocate $200 for advertising and $1,600 for guest speakers for a total of $1,800 from unassigned contingency to Muslim Student Association for their Ramadan celebration.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Doe, thank you. Is there any discussion? Yes, Senator Tybee.
So I just wanted to check in. These are being viewed as separate guest speakers rather than like an event.
Yes, that's correct. So we're just funding the guest speaker like item, but the guest speakers are going to be spread out throughout the year. So this group, they only receive one item for their annual budget. It was just for Ramadan food. And these are just guest speakers that they're going to be using throughout the year. Some might speak during Ramadan, but if not, that's like kind of up to the group's discretion when they want to host the speakers. But since they are VPN items, we do have to fund them.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving line item 1 to allocate $200 for advertising and $1,600 for guest speakers for a total of $1,800 from unassigned contingency to Muslim Student Association for the Ramadan celebration, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Great, the motion passes. Thank you. Thank you for coming also, by the way. I really appreciate it for being here. Alrighty, that was our only new business item for this special meeting. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for the final roll call.
Vice President Anderson, Senator Bovnagry, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Sarkeesian, Senator Sarabia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran, Senator Olgan. Thank you.
Golden is a pro at that. Alrighty, thank you. Seeing that we're finished, I adjourn this meeting at 10:07 a.m. Thank you all so much for coming back. I really appreciate you all staying. And have a beautiful week. Don't forget, tomorrow is big party at the farmer's market.